Okay, so I'm in this directory that contains several subdirectories, and some of these subdirectories contain text files. So I have all these text files, and what I would like to do is get the contents of those files, concatenate the contents, and write everything to a single file. So let's write a bash script to do that. Okay, so I'll need to find all the files matching that pattern, all the text files. Then let's save the result as a variable. So we're running this find command, we're getting back a list of a bunch of text files. Then what I want to do is cat all of those files, get the contents, and write it all to output.txt. So let's give it a try, see what happens. Okay, this output.txt was created. That seems like a good sign. It would be kind of tedious to cross-check with every single text file and make sure that this gave us the correct result. So what's something a little easier we could do to check and get a sense of whether that worked? Maybe what we should do is just check that the number of lines is what we're expecting. Okay, so what this is going to do, it's going to get a list of all of the text files. Then it's going to pass these file names as arguments to word count. Okay, so we should be expecting about 65,000 lines. Let's check. Great, so it seems like this worked. But now maybe we want to make things a little bit more general. Maybe instead of searching the text directory every time, maybe that's a command line argument. Maybe we don't want to always write to output.txt. Maybe that can be another command line argument. So let's try this again. Bash concatenate, and I'll do this same text directory, but then instead of output.txt, let's write to out.txt. Okay, so that looks good. But now what happens if I forget to provide those command line arguments? This error message is a little bit confusing, I think. Maybe we can do better. So what we need to do is check and see if we provided those command line arguments. So we want to see if the number of provided arguments is less than 2. So 2 is what we're expecting. If we didn't get that, we need to indicate that there is some kind of error. This is just a variable telling us how many arguments were passed in. All right, so if we didn't get enough arguments, we want to provide a more useful message, something like missing arguments. We'll write that to standard error. And then we'll also exit with a non-zero exit code indicating that there was an error. All right, so we check to see if we got enough arguments. If not, we error and provide this nice error message. Otherwise, we just run this as before. So let's give it a go. What happens now if I forget to provide those arguments? Okay, great. So exited with an error and provided us this helpful message. So now I'll say, okay, I forgot to provide those arguments. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, great. So this is just an example of why you might want to use an if statement in a bash script.